See him a beast when you hear that sound like yeah, beat on the beat when you hear that sound like woo. Yeah, bitch and the champ only need one round like yeah, me, I'm a G-Ring, he in the sound like.
What's up, fight fans? My name is Anik Subramanian. I'm a bare knuckle writer for the Scrap News. Today I'm joined with the biggest risk taker in the game, the man of 2023, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championships founder and president, David Feldman. Thanks for joining me today. And first of all, how are you?
I'm doing well, my man. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
It's an honor from my end. Now, I'm going to jump right into it. In 2018, Wyoming was the first state to legalize bare knuckle fighting. Now, getting this sport regulated seems like one of the promotion's biggest battles. You've gotten up to 25 states now. What do you think has made these commissions change their mind about BKFC? And has there been anything that you've said specifically to get them to flip?
I think initially people have a bad perception of what bare knuckle fighting is. They think it's more of a street fight or like a back barroom brawl, something like that. That's what they think it is. But then when they allow themselves to at least be educated on what we do, that they see that we use nothing but some of the best professional athletes in the world. We use guys and girls that really come to fight their asses off. And we have one of the best positions in all of combat sports, Dr. Don Muzi, who is a former president of the Association of Ringside Physicians. We also have another guy that just joined who is another former president of the Association of Ringside Physicians. So I think once they see that we're really doing our homework and we're doing the right thing by these fighters, that their mind starts changing. Something really, really awesome happened for us in August. We got voted in for unified rules by the Association of Boxing Commissioners in Las Vegas, and that was really groundbreaking for us because it took MMA almost 15 years to get that done, and this is only our third year that we attempted to get it done. So I think people are seeing that we're backing up our we're not just talking the talk, we're walking the walk as far as safety for fighters and things like that. And I think that's why that these commissions are starting to give us faster approvals now. I can't tell you what state it is right now, but we just got a verbal approval from one of the states I actually thought was going to be the last state that would ever sanction us. And we got a verbal approval yesterday, and it looks like, within the next 2 weeks, we're going to be approved there. It's been an unbelievable ride for us. And this year has been really amazing growth for us.
Well, congratulations, first of all. That makes me really excited about finding out which state. Me and you represent the East Coast. Are there any specific states that you look towards legalizing next, or anything in your vision?
Well, I mean, it's to me, it's almost criminal that we're not doing a fight here in Pennsylvania where I live, and I think we kill it here. So, but a new commissioner just came in, and I think that he's a little more open-eyed about what we're doing, and he's going to hear us out more, and I think we'll be there. I mean, I'd love to be in. We don't have to be in every state, but Pennsylvania, New Jersey is great with Atlantic City and Newark, and of course New York. Massachusetts, we're having great conversations with them. I think we'll be in Massachusetts really, really soon, and we are already legal in a couple New England states, but we didn't find the right fit there yet for us to do a show there.
Makes sense. I see what you mean. I think having the atmosphere in like the Hulu Theater at Madison Square Garden, the PFL has done some shows there, and I think that would be really cool to bring BKFC there.
Yeah, we're not going to do the Hulu Theater, my man. We're doing the main arena.
Yes, sir. That's what I love to hear.
Not taking anything away from them. I just know what we can do. It's just different, man. We sell out everywhere we go. We sell tickets. A lot of these other companies are doing good on viewership, but they're not selling tickets. We sell out almost every event that we do, no matter what capacity we do. If it's a fight card that justifies 10,000, we'll sell out 10,000. If it justifies 3,000, we'll sell out 3,000.
Hey, that would be really cool. I'd love to see Mike Perry come to New York. That would be a dream for me. Now, not just within the States, but in the bigger picture, BKFC, they've turned into an international sensation the last couple of years. In just this November, you're going to be going from Thailand to Bulgaria, back to England. Do you have any dream countries that you love to promote in?
I mean, we're launching our series with Mexico in April of next year. We're also launching in Canada in March of next year. So we have some big expansions going on there. We're talking right now. We're about to sign a deal with Australia. It looks like we'll go into Australia. I mean, really, they're all opening up. We just got approval in China. I would want to do Russia, but obviously once the war is done, I don't want to, take any side and cause any friction there. But I would love to do Russia. We're going, I mean, my dream is really, I don't think it's going to ever happen because I don't think they're going to allow it. But to do a bare knuckle fight in the Coliseum in Rome, I think that would be just unbelievable for us.
That would be fitting, and I'm excited to see what killers we get from Australia because they have some of the most fun fighters, like the Tapa brothers. Now, speaking of growth, in the year of 2023 at BKFC 41, Conor McGregor had an in-cage face-off with the main event winner, Mike Perry. How exciting was that moment for you and your team?
So Conor McGregor coming was one thing. I said this before in another interview. It was great to have him there and people talked about it. But from the get in our ring, challenge Mike Perry, then to talk about us for the next 3 or 4 days and even weeks and months afterwards, talking about, hey, I'll fight you in a bare knuckle fight. I mean, I think he saw something there that he wasn't expecting to see. Like, it was really, it was beautiful violence, if you will. Like it was well orchestrated, well produced, our best event we've ever done, our highest gate we've ever done, most viewership we've ever done. So everything there worked well for us, and having Conor McGregor there and talking about it. Obviously, he's one of the biggest names in combat sports, so that was awesome. We got illegally streamed there a lot, but see, I have a different take on it, and I think you might have read about it before, but we had 700,000 plus illegal streams. Actually, probably now that we calculated it all, we're over 1 million illegal streams that we had live on that. I mean, that's 1 million people watching this event, over 1 million people, and they weren't all going to pay. I know that, but that gives us hope that we have something here that people want to see. We just have to figure out, really, that's what we're doing now every day. We're figuring out how we get more people to watch it. Do we keep the app going? Do we do a TV deal? What gets the most viewership? And that's what we're really concentrating on for 24.
I remember just hearing you talk about it, and you're probably one of the few people in the world that spun the illegal streaming into something positive, that people were viewing BKFC. Now, speaking of viewership, I hear talks about a reality show. What type of format would this reality show be? Would it be something like The Ultimate Fighter, where you're trying to find out the next big star for BKFC? Or would you be diving into the personal lives of your stars like Mike Perry so that the world can learn more about him?
I think it's going to be more up and coming guys. I think it's not going to be them all living together. It's actually going to be them, seeing what is really happening in their lives. I mean, I know you get backstories on The Ultimate Fighter, and obviously it's great. It's what turned the UFC around. But, now it's become more of like, is this guy going to, get drunk and get in a fight with this guy? Or is this guy going to have a drama with this guy? I mean, I know drama sells, but I think that these fighter stories are really going to sell, because I got some unbelievable stories that are going to be aired and are going to sell. We're also doing a docu-series right now with a very well-known actors production company. We're in the middle of negotiating everything now. We're going to launch that in January, and that's going to be more about building BKFC. Like, they're going to get a chance to look at the team, see all the struggles we go through, see all the crap that we deal with every day. And I think people are really going to appreciate, what we go through to make this thing really the fastest growing combat sport in the world.
That would be really interesting for me, and I think a lot of the fans would like to see that too. Now, BKFC 2023 has been probably your biggest year. What do you see? What are 3 things you envision in 2024?
More international growth, a TV deal, and signing more marquee fighters. I'm going to add one more. We're doing a prospect series, so we're going to develop a lot of homegrown talent as well. So I think that's really what 2024 is. So far in the past 3 years, we've been able to double our revenue year over year. So if we can double our revenue again, we're going to, be in a fantastic place at the end of 2024. And, I couldn't be happier about the team, the growth, and the fighters. And I think we're on to something really special here. I just did a call yesterday with a network out of Canada that's been airing us, and they air a lot of our library content, and we own 88 out of the top 100 slots for them. So we're 88 out of the top 100 viewed slots for them. And that's every combat sport promotion in the world. So, that's saying something for us.
Yeah, 100%. You guys have come a far way, and you've also expanded your fan base into a younger base. Now you had Bryce Hall, an influencer, fight. He went and
Yeah.
beat an undefeated bare knuckle boxer. Do you foresee his next fight being in the squared circle? And do you see him fighting another professional or an influencer, perhaps?
I think he's going to do one more. It could be an influencer. I know Austin McBroom's trying to fight right now for us too, so we might give him a bare knuckle fight, actually against the same guy. And then, if he wins, they fight each other. I think, look, I don't want to turn it into a circus where we're doing just influencer fights with gloves on and things like that. But I think if you get the right guy with the right following and, knows how to fight a little bit, that's the kind of guys we can put in there in that world. But I think it helps. And, we're also, I have a call actually after this call I'm doing with you. I have a call with a video game developer, and we're so close to launching this new video game. And I just got a sneak peek of it last night, and I was like, holy crap, man, it's unbelievable.
That sounds really cool. That's news to me, so I'm super excited about that. Now,
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you about one more of your stars, Mike Perry. Have you watched this podcast with Darren Till, the most recent one? I thought it was hilarious.
I saw little clips of it, but look, man, Mike Perry knows how to sell, man. He knows how to sell without sounding like it's a sell, right? He just says what's on his mind and it sells. He's one of those guys that, when he talks, people listen. So, it's a pretty cool thing to have him on board. He's a really good dude. He's a good family man, and he fights his ass off.
I totally agree. It seems like he's turned his life around since joining BKFC. His family's growing. He looks very happy. Now, there have been rumors he's been called out by Eddie Alvarez and Darren Till. When can we expect a fight announcement soon for him?
Probably Tuesday or Wednesday, you'll have his fight announcement. He will be fighting December 2nd. Yep. So I'm going to drop the whole entire. I just gave you more than I gave anybody so far, but he will be fighting December 2nd. I'm going to drop the name of the opponent. I'm going to drop the undercard and the location on Tuesday or Wednesday as soon as we get all the contracts signed up. But I think it should be the biggest card that we've ever done with BKFC.
Hey, that's a great way to end a historic year. Now, a lot of people did call for Mike Perry to challenge Dave Mundell for the middleweight title. Instead, Doug Coltrane is going to be fighting him at BKFC 53 in November. I think Coltrane and Mundell, two knockout artists, I think they're going to put on the fight of the year. How do you feel about that fight, and why should fans tune in for that?
I think it's going to be explosive. It's an explosive fight. It's all about what BKFC is. It's great fights. Dave Mundell is working his way up. He does deserve a bigger fight, and he's going to get one. But this time it wasn't, timing has to be right for everything. And the timing wasn't right for this. So I didn't want to lay him off. So figured I'd get him a guy that's, a pretty good contender. He's beating people, and it'll be an exciting fight. It might not be the most exciting build up to a fight, but it's going to be fireworks that night. And that one's actually pretty cool for us because we're doing that one in conjunction with the Mr. Olympia competition. That's going to be at the Mr. Olympia in Orlando, Florida. So I'm excited about partnering with them as well. So just a lot of different things that we're doing, these different partnerships, these different places we're doing fights, these different fighters we're signing from top, from the bottom. It's just really, really working out for us. And like I said, man, this year has been phenomenal, but 2024, it's over, man. It's over.
I'm looking forward to seeing it. Now, you've learned a lot as a promoter. Speaking of promoters, you, Dana White, the great Scott Coker, Ray Sefo, you're some of the elite in the game. Even though you guys may not always see eye to eye, MMA has also had its struggles on the way to the top. What's one thing that you've learned from their experiences?
Well, I think I learned a lot from Dana White, and it was, just not listening to the word no, because he's heard it a lot. I mean, he didn't found the UFC. I'm very good friends with Art Davey, who's one of the founders of the UFC. And the same thing, man, like I just take my hat off to these guys that don't listen to the naysayers and people say no. And they have a vision that's not completely off the wall, that can never be done. If you have a good vision and you just keep pushing, it's going to happen. And that's, I think, what I learned. I think I learned a lot from Dana White's tenacity. I know some people come down on him for fighter pay and things like that. But I mean, if you think about what that guy did, what he took what he did, what he developed, the right people he brought in, the right investors he brought in, and he was able to cash out and get a $500,000 or so for himself, $500 million or so for himself. That's a tremendous feat. So listen, no matter what people say about him, I mean, I take my hat off to him for his work ethic and everything that he's done. His personal life and everything else that he does, that's on him, and everybody has their own issues, right? But as far as what he's done with the sport of mixed martial arts, man, he's an innovator. He's the man.
I love that. I think it's really cool that you showed a lot of respect to him, and instead of causing beef, I really like that. Now, I have a couple more questions for you before I
let me just comment on that. The thing is, the thing why I think our growth is even more spectacular than people thought it was going to be, and I think the reason why a lot of fighters want to fight for us is we do just stay in our own lane. We don't feel the need to talk about another promotion. It doesn't do anything for us. I mean, why would I talk bad about the UFC? Look what they've done, right? Why would I talk bad about Bellator? Look what they've done. Why would I talk bad about PFL? Look what it makes no sense to me. These are guys that all are working really, really hard to make something happen, and they're all making it happen. So I take my hat off to all them guys. I mean, I don't, like I said, take their personal lives, take all that crap out of it, but talk about businessmen. I mean, some of the best in the world, right?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Now, a couple more from me. What does an average week look like for you as the president? What responsibilities are you covering the most during the week?
I'm overseeing a lot. I have a really good team. I've got guys that are making matches, doing the marketing, getting the content out. They're all some of the best. They're doing really, really good. I think what I'm really working on is more high level stuff. I'm bringing in more investment now, bringing in bigger sponsorships. I'm working on the TV deals. I'm doing a lot more of the high end stuff. At the same time, I'm still diving in now because I know that I let a few things go too early, and I'm diving in to make sure that everything's tightened up. But we're in the spot now where we need to hire about another 20 or so employees, and we're still at like 12 full-time employees right now. We grew this for the first 2 years with 4 full-time employees, and then we grew up to where we are now. We have 12 or 14 full-time employees, and then we have 20 or so part-time employees, and then fight day we go up to fight week we go up to 140 or 150 employees. But we need to bring in some more staff. But other than that, man, it's fun and it's stressful. It's the most stressful thing you see. It's stressful for this is what people don't understand when you're at the top is they see, look at this guy or look at that guy and look what they're doing. But they don't understand that I have, I don't know, 140 mouths to feed, right? And families to feed. And I got to make sure that they eat every week. And no matter if the business dips a little or it goes up, I got to make sure that they eat. And that's a stressful thing for anybody. If they have any kind of conscience at all, that's a stressful thing. And I think that's the most stressful thing that I go through every week.
Wow, that was really insightful for me to hear. I'm going to ask you 2 more. You've been an inspiration to all. I'm sure people are going to be excited to hear this interview and the future things coming for BKFC. You've spoken about November 2nd, 2016. You had cancer, you were broke, you were close to ending your life. 7 years later, you're promoting an event alongside Conor McGregor. You're feeding so many families. What message do you have to the man that you were 7 years ago, and how proud of you are him?
People have trials and tribulations in their life, and they go through things, and and they get stacked up against them, and they think that there's no way out, and there is a way out. It's, you got to think positive. It's not easy, but I don't allow negativity in this office. Like I hear negativity, literally I do. I send the guy home for the day. I say, yo, go, get out of this office. You're not going to, be a negative virus for this office. So I think it's being positive. It's, really knowing what you want in life. And look, there are sometimes you get down in life, but I mean, nothing's worth ending your life. Nothing's worth not living. Like, I mean, life is a beautiful thing. And, sometimes, like I said, we get hit with obstacles, but you just got to find ways around them. And you got to have enough drive in yourself to just keep going and understand, what your goals are. And that day was the worst and best day of my life, because it was the worst day where I thought that was it. And it was the best day where I said, look, I'll never be here again. And I never looked back.
That's beautiful to hear, and it's really inspiring for the fans. Now, I'm going to end this off. What would you like to say to your fans that have supported you and been inspired by you?
I mean, look, man, the best fans really, we started off with a cult following and then it went into mainstream fans. And really, we got some of the best fans in the world. And I know that some of them question some of the decisions I make, question some of the fights, question some of the referees' decisions. And I respect everyone's comment all the time because they're all entitled to their own comment. And if they're all going to be fans and they're working their asses off and paying money to watch our content, I want to make sure that I deliver them, what they're supposed to get delivered on. And I think that's why our team works so hard. But I love the fans. I think they're some of the best fans in the world because I think they're very, very passionate about what we're doing.
Hey, well, David, thank you so much for speaking with me. It was an honor. I can't wait. And congratulations on a wonderful 2023. I look forward to speaking soon and can't wait for the big news.